Hello, welcome back to the channel. Back on the Land Rover Discovery 3 today. We have already changed the front cam belt. We didn't record it, but for some reason we bought a new camera and it didn't record properly, so we can't use any of that footage. I've got the old belt here. There was a receipt in the car saying that it had not long since been done. As you can see from the idlers and the tensioner, pretty brand new. So the receipt was right, but there is no brand or anything on the cam belt, so we fitted a new one. We have started working on the rest of it. We've took the turbo off, which I'm going to show you rebuilding today. We have got a new rear pump belt, but for some reason our suppliers sent us the wrong belt. I believe this one fits the 3 litre, not the 2.7. And with it being a bank holiday weekend, struggling to try and get a new belt today. Hoping to put the body back on tomorrow, but we'll have to see if we can get one today or not. Being a Sunday, I doubt very much. But bring you over to the bench. Got our turbo off. It doesn't look that bad a condition. There's not much play, but when we spin the front, we can hear it. We can just hear it catching the sides. So we have purchased a new kit. Bought a full fitting kit and a new core. I've looked at this and it does seem to be the right one. I think this cost us around £120. It all looks good, so hopefully this will work fine. Doesn't appear to be any play in this one, so hopefully that one will work. Let's put that back in the bag. In the kit you get a couple of gaskets, O-ring, a return feed gasket, and I'm sure that's for the oil feed under the extension. This bit here needs a copper washer under it, and then in the other kit, a few more gaskets again, another oil feed, oil return gasket, main exhaust gasket at the back, and gasket onto the manifold. We also get new studs for both sides, so we'll be fitting them, and we've got a few new screws there, so we'll work out what they're for as we do it. I've never changed one of the cartridges on one of these, so it's new to me, but we'll see how we get on. Let's start by taking some of these brackets off, and then we can get at the bolts. We have got a broken stud to remove as well. I'm going to try and remove this stud as well. Clean this face up and then put the new studs in. But I'll only put them new studs in once we're refitting the exhaust on the car. We've got another broken stud here. That was already broke. I think someone's had this off previous. So let's get these two 10mm out to start with. This is going to be a bit of a pig. We're going to have to bend this bracket slightly to get it off because of this broken stud. So eventually we've got that bracket off. Had to hammer it, just bend it out a little bit. We've got it off now. We can straighten that back up in the vise after. We'll move round onto the actuator. Little protective cover. I think these are a 7mm. Nope, 8mm. Now we've got our two brackets off. We're going to try and remove our actuator arm. That's 10mm. Next, we need to remove 3 Torx bolts here. I think they're a T27. Let's try 230 first. Nope, they're a T30. That's it. We get the Torx piece in, but we can't get anything onto it. We have to try and find a little adjustable or a little spanner that might fit. One down, 2 to go. We have also found while we've been doing this, there's quite a lot of nuts and bolts missing in certain places. This one's definitely had the body off previous. I think we're going to have to work on the other side to get at that before we can get to that bolt, because this bolt's in the way. So we'll try and get this bolt out first and see if we can finish getting that one. Just before I remove this side, I'm going to put a punch mark on there and a punch mark on there, so I know that's what the orientation of the two sides of the turbo. This side should just pop off, but before we do that, we're going to just loosen the rest of the bolts off. One side off. It's got quite a bit of oil in it, but we'll get all that cleaned up. You can see we've got a bit of play there. We're meant to have a little bit, but it's just a bit too much more than what we want. While we've got the body off, we'll get it all swapped. I think we might have to heat this up, so I'm going to go put this in the vise, heat it up and knock it out. I'll bring you back once I've done that. So we've managed to get our broken stud out. We give this space a clean and ran a tap through all these. We checked the The movement of all the internal vanes are okay. We'll give this a bit of a clean. So now we're going to marry up our new core. We have took out the oil feed extension out of our old core as well. On these, there's a pin that you have to locate, and then that marries it up. Give this a bit of clean. Just going to mark. Just help us make sure that we line it up properly. Just need to give this a little tap in. Right, so we've got that tapped in now. Just checked it is moving the vanes inside. So I'm going to go ahead and get a few bolts in this and try and pull it down a bit now. That seems to be sat in there quite tight now. We'll give this one more clean. We have cleaned the inside of the other side of the turbo. That's all nice and clean in there, no more oil or debris. We do have an O-ring in the kit to fit. It just sits on that edge there. And we need to find our punch mark, and then again the punch mark on our turbo. Which is there. That's our 2 punch lines, 2 punch marks lined up. We are going to have to take this bolt back out in a minute, because if you remember, this one we couldn't get. Our bracket went over this side. Now we can replace our bolt backing on the exhaust side. Right, so that's that tight. We need to put our oil feed extension in next before we put any of the brackets on, which is this one, and we should have an O-ring in the kit, a copper washer for it. Don't want to go daft on that because you don't want to crush the washer and break it. So next we need to get our actuator. Just give this a bit of a clean. Now they're all tight, we need to bolt our actuator arm back on. We've got nice movement on the actuator. Next is our little cover. And we're just going to check the actuator again, make sure it's not fouling. That's all good. So that's ready to go back in once we've installed it back in the car. Before we put the oil feed back on, you do get a syringe with the kit. We're going to fill it with oil. But also when I start the car, we're going to take one of the sensors off, the crankshaft sensor or something. We'll unplug that and just turn the engine over into we know it's built up oil pressure, and then we'll let it start. Just don't want to run this new turbo dry. So here we are, rebuilt the turbo. I didn't record putting it back in because you wouldn't have seen much with the camera just on the side. So, but got the EGR back in, blanked off the EGR, got all the boost pipes and the brackets back in, turbo in, all the new studs and that. Go and pick up a pump belt tomorrow from Euro Car Parts. The man has ordered me one in for dinner time tomorrow, so get that back on. Sorted the wiring loom out now. You tape all that back up, and then hopefully tomorrow afternoon we'll be putting the body back on. We have got a bit of wire wheeling left to do, and get some under seal on, but the rest of it's all been done now. The body, so that's all ready to go down now. And keep watching for the next episode. The body should be going back on, and see if it fires back up.